guys, welcome back to another video. I don't have my mic because, well, I cannot find it. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. Next week is my birthday and I'm supposed to do my 9th month hair update. I will try to do it sometime next week. Alright, so in this video, I just want to talk about basically Spain versus Portugal. So if you haven't seen my video where we went to Portugal a few weeks ago, check that out. This video is just going to talk about Spain versus Portugal from a tourist perspective because one, I've never lived in Portugal. I do live in Spain, so I can give you lots of things about Spain, but let's just say you're on vacation and you want to come to the Iberian Peninsula, but you don't know if you want to go to Spain or Portugal. Well, I can help with that. All right, so before we get started, I just want to tell you that in Portugal, I have been to 4 places. So I've been to Lisbon, another place called Nazaré, and then more in the north, a place called Óbidos, and another place called Peniche. So my experiences from Portugal are based around those places. All right, so having said all that, let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is food because, if you're traveling, you got to eat, right? You want to try the local food. So comparing Spanish food to Portuguese food, I'm gonna have to give it to Spain. I think Spain has a lot more variety. I think the food is more flavorful. If you like fish, okay, Portugal has very good cod. That's better than Spain. That is it. The rest of the food, I didn't really like it too much. I'm sorry. The next thing, diversity. I don't know if this is important to you if you're traveling. I know it's more important if you're living somewhere, but as far as diversity goes, I have to give this to Portugal 100%. Portugal, I was so surprised. Like, we were there and you see people of color, not just everywhere, but working everywhere. Like, you go to the mall and you see like a clothing store or whatever, like you see black shopping attendants and you see Indians. It was incredible. I had never seen so much diversity in such a small country. Spain is my heart. I love Spain, but Spain has a lot to go before I can say they would be as diverse as Portugal. You go to the hotels, you see people of color working in the hotels. When you go outside and you see people socializing outside next to the restaurants and things like that, you see color, okay? You see color. I was like, wow, I was so surprised. Cost. All right, so before I went to Portugal, everybody told me, oh, Portugal is cheaper than Spain. You're gonna like it. We were there and it was expensive. It was more expensive than Spain. Now, to be fair, we were there in August, and August is generally a time where there are lots of tourists and, generally during the tourist season, things are more expensive. So I can only base it on that. I have no idea if it's cheaper throughout the year. I don't know. But in August, it was ridiculously expensive. It's just everywhere we went, it was expensive. I said, oh my God, are you serious? So yeah, based on my personal experience, I'm gonna have to say Spain is cheaper. Languages. All right. I'm gonna have to give it to Portugal. I was very surprised. So many people speak English and Spanish. When we first got there, because we don't speak Portuguese, right? So we would speak Spanish. They would reply to us in Portuguese, and we were able to understand them. They can understand us. So then we were just speaking like this. But then the more people I talked to, they started to speak to me in Spanish. And I said, oh, they know Spanish. Okay, so then later, because of my accent, they just switched to English, and I was like, okay, like everywhere we went, there was no issues. Everyone spoke English. So Portugal does much better than languages than Spain. If you go to Spain, you come here and you're in the tourist areas, you'll find people that can speak English, but outside of that, no. In Portugal, it wasn't like this. We found people that spoke English in small villages, also the cities, also the tourist areas, but outside of that, people spoke really good English. Cleanliness. I'm gonna have to say Spain is cleaner. Portugal, okay, when we were in Lisbon, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it was very beautiful, but a lot of the buildings were old. There was graffiti everywhere, and there were beautiful places where we were where you see trash everywhere. So when I was taking photos, or videos, I had to make sure that I didn't record all the trash. But yeah, and it was really sad too. We're like, who would want to trash such a beautiful place? I don't understand. So yeah, I'm gonna say Spain is cleaner. Hospitality. Okay. I think both countries are equally hospitable. All my Spanish friends say Spain is more hospitable and that the Portuguese people are very dry. This wasn't the case for me. I thought they were very friendly. I think Spanish people are very friendly. There was one situation, well, it didn't affect us, but one night we wanted to go out dancing and we were looking at clubs, right? And we saw this club and we looked at the reviews, and all the reviews were negative. And they were saying things like, the people here are racist towards black people and Spanish people. Don't come here. And we're black and Spanish, so we were like, okay, well, we're not gonna go there. Um, and we didn't. But everywhere we went that we did go, the people were very nice. Didn't have any discrimination, any racism, anything like that. People were very happy to answer our questions and basically help us. So, yeah, so I think this is pretty equal between both countries. Landscapes. I'm going to say both countries have beautiful landscapes. They have beautiful monuments, both countries. Um, Lots of history. If you like history like I do, you would love Spain and Portugal. Um, I think that, both countries do have a lot of history, so there's a lot of monuments to see, lots of things to explore. Yeah, it was amazing. If you watch my video about Portugal, you'll see a lot of the monuments that we saw, and you'll be totally impressed. Okay, so I think that's it. Comparing them as, um, a tourist perspective. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say about wearing masks, just real quick. If you're on the plane in Spain, you have to wear a mask. If you're in Portugal, no one wears a mask, not even the flight attendants. It was strange. I was like, should I wear my mask? I don't want to feel weird, but it was just strange situation. All right, that was it. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to tell me. I'll try to see you guys next week. We'll see what happens. Having said all that, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Hasta luego. Ciao.